This is Prince Handley coming to you with 100,000 watts of pure love. The voice of Israel and for Israel. I want to talk to you today about Israel, strategy of war, a prophetic synopsis. Today I want to give Israel a 12-point prophecy. First, I want to weave for you a fabric of pictures, a woven mural spanning from the present to the future. Listen very carefully, then pray and ask the Lord to give you discernment. In the show notes of this podcast, you will find scriptural references and other references that you may read and then decide for yourself. My obligation to you from the Lord is to present what I know. Your obligation from the Lord is to pray and through due diligence decide if what I tell you is true. Your future and the future of your children and grandchildren are at stake. First, let's talk about prophetical importance of the war in Iraq. Right now, Iraq plays a key piece, not only in the Middle East, but in the prophetic puzzle and the timeline of the world. Men wage war, but God wages eternal justice. The real reason behind the war in Iraq, unknown to men, is for clearing the way to rebuild Babylon, New Babylon. Babylon in the land of Shinar was the headquarters of the first world autocrat. His name was Nimrod. Scripture in the original Hebrew language shows that Nimrod was a mighty hunter against or in opposition to the Lord. Just as Babylon was the headquarters for the first world dictator, so the New Babylon will be the headquarters of the final world dictator, a despot and worse than tyrant. He will be chosen by the New World Order, or whatever name the organization ascribes to itself at that time. He will be the false Messiah and the greatest enemy that Israel and the Jewish people have ever known. Babylon in Iraq lies 85 kilometers or 55 miles south of Baghdad. Lots of people, even Bible scholars, confuse the fall of Babylon with the destruction of Babylon mentioned in the Scriptures. The fall of Babylon happened in 539 BC. The Persian king Cyrus, who captured the Medes in 549 BC, took Babylon in 539 BC, and Darius the Mede was his vassal king. Babylon was taken over with military genius when the Euphrates River was rerouted so that the level of the moat system around the city was lowered, allowing the army of Cyrus to enter the city. I want you to notice something. Josephus, the Jewish historian, records that 12 days later, Daniel presented Cyrus with the scroll, written 150 years earlier, showing that God named Cyrus as the one who would release the Jews from Babylonian exile to return to Jerusalem, thus ending the 70-year captivity prophesied ahead of time by Jeremiah the prophet. You can read that in Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 11 and 12. Jeremiah said, "And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. And it shall come to pass, when 70 years are accomplished, that I will punish the king of Babylon, and that nation, says Jehovah, for their iniquity, and the land of the Chaldeans, and I will make it desolate forever." The Hebrew word chorbah, here used for desolation, means drought, in other words, desert. When Cyrus took over Babylon, 539 BC, it was not destroyed. It became the second capital of Persia. Then 200 years later, it was Alexander the Great's capital. Through the years, it has been withered, but not destroyed with the kind of destruction the Bible foretells. Notice Isaiah chapters 13 and 14, and Jeremiah chapters 50 and 51 state that Babylon will be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. This has never happened. This is a future prophecy. In context, it shows that Israel is back in the land, redeemed from the nations, with also the Goyim, the strangers or the Gentiles, in their land. Babylon withered, but it has never been the recipient of destruction as prophesied. In the late 19th century, there were people living in Babylon. Saddam Hussein, over a period of 20 years, spent $60 million in rebuilding Babylon. Therefore, Babylon must be rebuilt, flourishing again as New Babylon before it can be destroyed as Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed. I want to give you a 12-point prophecy. 1. Babylon in Iraq will be rebuilt by the authority of a group of nation-states, probably 10 regions, and then become headquarters for the New World Order. 2. Babylon will be the international center of trade, both legal and illegal trade. 3. The New Babylon will be the international locus of drugs, pornography, and witchcraft. 4. The New Babylon will be the center of the new one-world religion. 5. The 10-region governmental mandate that originally grants New Babylon her authority as a world center of trade will also establish Babylon as the head of governmental religion. 6. The authorized one-world religion will have sub-powers under the administration of the false prophet, who will be appointed by the leader of the New World Order, such as the authority to execute Jews and Christians. 7. And to execute by decapitation those who do not take the identification mark, that is the name, the number, or the number of the name of the world leader, that is the leader designated by the Confederacy of Nation-State Regions. 8. New Babylon will juxtapose herself with Jerusalem. 9. Babylon will eventually be destroyed by the group of nation-states, probably 10 regions which evolve out of the New World Order, which originally gave authority for New Babylon to be the epicenter of trade and religion. In other words, the same 10-region mandate that granted New Babylon the authority to be the epicenter of trade and religion will turn around and be the same group that destroys New Babylon. 10. This same group of 10-region states or nation-states will attack Israel. 11. Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, will destroy the group of 10-region or nation-states who attack Israel. 12. The Messianic kingdom will be established, and Messiah Yeshua will rule in peace from Jerusalem. Now I want to tell you what to watch for. A world leader who is fatally wounded in the head and whose deadly wound is healed. Watch for that. He will be the one the New World Order would choose as their leader. He will be the false Messiah. Watch for this. Watch that Turkey will either be selected as a member of the European Union or will turn to the Islamic East for affiliation in worldwide commerce and trade. Watch for this, that the United Nations may move their headquarters to New Babylon. And watch for this, a combination of the European Union and the League of Arab States plus Iran will form a complex of 10 regions or the nation-states, the same ones that grant New Babylon the authority to be the epicenter of world trade and religion, and then who turn around and destroy her. Watch and pray. Make sure you know the real Mashiach before the false Messiah, the coming world leader, arrives on the scene. Pray. Ask God to reveal to you if Yeshua is really your Messiah. If he does, then receive him. Ask him what he wants you to do. By the way, if you want a free e-sign, an electronic newsletter dealing with Israel and the end times, just email princehandley@gmail.com. In the subject line, type Israel e-sign. Yes, my friend, God is for you. Troublous times are coming, times of great persecution. The underpinnings of the New World Order and of the false Messiah coming to attack Israel, to destroy Israel and the Jewish people, is being formed right now. But I want to tell you some good news. God is for you. Never forget that. Yeshua HaMashiach will come back to establish his kingdom and to deliver those who are looking for his appearing. This has been your friend, Prince Handley. Baruch haba b'Shem Adonai.